It's convention time, and it is time for me to go ahead and start packing up all the MOCs and boxing them up to figure out how I'm going to transport them. I think I have the boxes ready, but I just have to piece them apart, take the minifigures off, all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing that now and just trying to get everything convention related put together. So let's go ahead and start packing some stuff up. Before I can start moving the MOCs into their boxes, I need to clean up my desk so I have somewhere to put the MOCs in the first place. So that's what I'm doing here. I've been collecting boxes that would fit my MOCs, and I've labeled them so that I know which MOC goes to which box. So now I'm just taking apart the MOC, getting the minifigures off so that I can put them in bags and keep them with the MOC itself. I definitely wouldn't say this is the best method for transporting your MOCs, but for now it's what I have and what I know I can do and what I can work with. So I'm sure using some plastic bins or things like that would be better, but I didn't have those, so I'm just working with what I have. And you can see in this big box, I have actually 5 MOCs all combined into one big box together. I'm also piecing together some old sets that I think I'm going to try to get rid of at the garage sale at the convention. That's just another thing I'm working on. It's actually taken some time, but it'll be worth it, I think. I've got all of the MOCs packed up in boxes now. I'm going to try to add a little bit of packing because there's just a lot of small pieces on some of these, so I'll try to do that a little bit better. And then these ones down here, this one, I put some paper around just because it could slide a little bit, and then if it does, these leaves would be hitting the box and definitely would break. And then I've just taken off and detached some of the parts that would likely come off anyways. And yeah, now they're all just packed in here nicely, or somewhat decently. I'm still gonna try to, again, pack them in again, but those are good to go for now. Okay, I have everything loaded up in the back. I think it's all pretty secure, and I have all the garage sale items, everything good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and head to the convention center and start loading in. We made it to the convention hall. We are just gonna walk in, and I gotta figure out where in the world I'm supposed to go and sign in and take all the stuff, because I'm in the back of the building. I think that's where it's supposed to be. Okay, I figured out where I'm going. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to lay and arrange all of these out on the tables. I probably should have figured that out before I got here, but I guess that's what I get to do now, just kind of figure out the order that I want to put all these in. This was the one I was probably most worried about just falling apart, because all these leaves always touch the edge of the box because they overhang on the base plate. But thankfully, this is the only thing that fell off, which is actually really surprising, so that's good. This one looks a little bit more chaotic. I'm gonna have to figure out or just make sure that everything has a place again and I know where it goes. So now I'm just setting up my display and trying to figure out the order that I want to put these in, and making sure I have all the trees and little pieces back attached on. I did not set up the camera angle very well. I didn't really know where else to put the camera, so this is the angle I got. And I think I'll move these boxes at some point soon, but this was just the first process, the first thing to figure out how in the world I'm going to use up my 10 feet of space that I requested, and the way I want to arrange my MOCs. I tried putting my Lord of the Rings ones together, and then some of the more castle ones still next to each other on the end. All right, we got the setup here. This is how I decided to arrange these things. I have my YouTube play button, I have the castle, and then I kind of squeezed in the Border Collie here for my ideas project, and the Wanderer's Refuge here on the end. I maybe could have and should have requested a little bit more space, because technically this is where I'm supposed to be done, but we've squeezed it all in, I think, okay. And here's just a little bit more of an overview of the whole table layout all at once. So this looks like this is the room where pretty much everything is happening. We got everyone just setting up on all their tables. Some very cool stuff. I've already been walking around and exploring. There's still a lot of bare spots, so eventually these are all going to get filled, of course, but over here is where I have set up all my stuff, and I got all the MOC cards out. And on the Castle MOC, I decided to actually just switch out the knights that I had for the Black Falcon ones. Then I found a bunch of vintage ones in my collection. I just felt like the blue fit with this MOC a little bit better and stood out better than the ones I had before. The Wolfpack ones just kind of blended in a little too much. I stumbled upon the Builder of the Plains award. At the end of the weekend, some amazing builder is going to get their name added to this award. But for the next few minutes, I just wanted to go ahead and highlight a few of the amazing builds that were at the convention. There was a lot more that I was not able to capture, but this was just a few of them. Well, like a great YouTuber, I did not record anything else yesterday. So it's day 2 now. Yesterday we had a mixer, which was really fun, just hanging out and talking with everyone and finished setting up. And today is gonna be a lot more eventful. We have a garage sale, lots of presentations. It's gonna be fun. And hopefully we'll see all of the last spaces on the tables that were still open filled up today. So we'll get to see all the rest of the builds, which will be pretty fun. And I did not really record it, but we just did the first set draft of this medieval dragon set, and I got a bunch of pieces that I'm actually fairly happy with, so all in all, pretty good. Part drafts are done, and we called the LEGO store, and they said they got new parts today, and they got some of the ferns that I've been after, so I'm running over there real quick in between some of the events to try to grab those. I just made it to the LEGO store, but I am on a big time crunch, so I have to run in there, grab the parts, and get back to the convention. I was in such a rush and there were a lot of parts there, so I got a couple boxes, got the goods, and we're rushing back to the convention now. As soon as I get back, it's garage sale time, and I have a few things I was going to sell, so I just need to set those up, and then also I want to see what other people have. I was able to make it back in time, get everything set up, and honestly, it all went pretty well. But let's look at a couple more MOCs that have gotten set up in the meantime. And that's the end of kind of the biggest day before the public hours, or the public days. And we had a raffle at the opening ceremony, and I actually won a couple little sets. So I got this Year of the Snake set, and then I also got this creator set. So those are going to be great parts for some MOCs in the future for sure. But that's the end of this. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed, and tomorrow and the next day we got public days. We are pulling up. There's even a sign, brick days, right there. We're walking into brick days, public days. Today's the first day of 2 public days. I think it opens in about 40 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. So I'm gonna have to get set behind my table, make sure everything is set up. Though I think it is, should be good to go. But yeah, and then we're just gonna sit back there and talk to people. So that'll be fun. I also wanted to showcase and look at some of the vendors and their offerings. So the next few video clips are me checking out the vendors, and there was a lot of great things, great old retired sets, some lighting kits, just all sorts of things that you're gonna see from these vendors. That was the cue for the starting of the great ball contraption that they would do. All right, day 1 of public days has come and gone, and now we're getting ready for the Saturday night lights to end off the Saturday, and then tomorrow we have public days again, and that's gonna be it. So everyone here is now just turning on their lights and getting everything ready to actually turn the lights off. Wednesday, walking in. Public days today. At this point, I was able to catch some of the derby that 16 cars were entered to compete in, and it was a pretty entertaining time.
Are you guys recording? Ready?
Oh! And then, of course, it wouldn't be a Brick Days vlog without showcasing the great ball contraption that went around at the back of the room. Very, very impressive. So many different people collaborated to put this together, so it's really cool to showcase all of the different little sections.
And it's for the person who wants to try and follow a ball all the way around.
It is now the next day. I just made it back, or last night I guess I made it back, and I have all my boxes now and bags and everything. Everything's a mess down here. I'm gonna need to unpack it and organize it, figure out where I'm putting all these MOCs again, because they've kind of been taking up space, and now they were gone, and now I need to put them back, so I'll need to figure out where to put them. But it was a really fun experience, really fun weekend. I'm definitely going to be trying to do as many conventions as I'm able to. And a big honor, and actually a big surprise, is for my Wanderers Refuge MOC. I actually won the Best Small Scene Award. So I got this award, which is pretty cool. I was not expecting that. Just an honor to kind of be voted on for that category and to win that. So was not expecting that at all, but it's very, very cool. I feel very honored. Then I just wanted to show a few of the things that I came home with from the convention. These are two sets that I won as a raffle, and then I decided to start trying out some lighting kits. So I got this medieval lighting starter kit, which has a bunch of torches and some flickering orange lights. I've never played with lighting, so this is gonna be brand new. And then I also got some more flickering orange LED lights. Then these are just some of the little like signatures or gujiks that I got. And this is the nominated award or just a little plaque that they gave to everyone who was nominated. And then I picked up this printed Constitution because I had an idea for a build. I actually have it all designed in studio. We'll see if it ever materializes, but at least I have this print. And then these are some draft sets that I did. So this is the medieval dragon, and then this was the new orchid botanical set. And then a couple minifigures that I picked up. So Lord of the Rings, obviously, Elrond, and then I got this Dwalin, in this version that I did not have, and these were new condition for a good price, so I was happy with those. And then I got a couple of these minifigures that I'm not even sure what they're from, but I liked the gold and thought it would be useful for mock building. So those are some of the things that I left the convention with. I only recently found the lug, and before that, I had never really known anyone who also did the same thing that I do with just mock building. So it's just been really refreshing finding this community that also does the same thing. And it's not just the lug that I'm in. There's so many other lugs that are around the area that all travel to this convention, and it's fun just getting to know them, just getting to talk with other like-minded people who have the same shared interest and hobby. It's like we can all speak the same language, which is so cool. I did not film any of the cleanup or any of that just because it was kind of all hands on deck. Everyone needed to help to get it done as fast as possible. So that took a little bit of time, not too bad. We had a bunch of hands helping clean up and then head home, and then it's done just like that. It was a lot of very full days, very fun days, but I'm glad to be home. Looking forward to the next one, and leaving with a lot of ideas for builds and inspiration from other people's builds for what I can do in the future. So stay tuned. There's definitely going to be a lot of new MOCs coming on the channel. But I think that's going to do it for this video. I need to organize this whole area because it is a mess. There's so much stuff, boxes, bags, and who knows what else, all over this place. So I need to organize it and kind of get my life and everything back in order after the last several days of chaos. So I'm going to do that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. I hope it was enjoyable. Hopefully this video wasn't too crazy cut up and all over the place, but it probably was. So thank you if you got this far. Like and subscribe if you're not already. I'd love to see you join this community. That's going to do it for this video. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you might also enjoy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.